Hello everyone, my name is Jen. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch, crafts, crochet, sewing, quilting, basically anything I get up to in my lovely sewing room here. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Happy January. Welcome new, welcome all. I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, and happy January. I know this isn't the most fun of months for a lot of people. I used to really dislike January until I decided that I didn't need to do everything in the month and be a new person and scrub my house from top to bottom. And once I decided that, I really started to enjoy the month, and it doesn't drag on anymore. In fact, it goes by a little quicker than I would like, considering it's a month that I now like to just rest and recharge in. However, I have been busy with my crafts, and I just wanted to drop in today for a little update. The last time I did a YouTube video was, I think, about a week before Christmas. So I wanted to pop in today and just do a little snack size video showing my progress and things I've been working on since then. And I say snack size only because 'tis the season for the whip parade, and you know, judging by the length of these videos, people have a lot more projects than they did when I started doing Flosstube in 2017, including myself. So I just wanted to drop in for a quick little update today. So let's see, I'll start with some finishes. So before this, some of these are before Christmas. So I did actually finish my Mill Hill French horn ornament, and I got it fully finished so it could join the others on the Christmas tree. So that makes the series complete for me. I didn't purchase all of them, just the ones that I liked. So French horn was the last one to do, and I kept it till last because of that. I knew that would be one of my favorites. So there's French horn, and I had done trumpet, and I had done harp, and a violin, and the lyre. And the lyre wasn't actually a Mill Hill kit, it was a chart in one of the Just Cross Stitch magazines, oh, many moons ago. So I wanted to finish them all the same. Now obviously French horn is a different size or a different orientation, but they all have the same fabric on the back, the same trim. So I'm just happy to have those finished, and then now I can put these back in the ornament box. Let's see. So it's gonna be a real like mishmash today, and I'm gonna like mix everything all together. So, but don't worry, it won't take too long. So also in December, I had wanted to make some Christmas project bags, and I did. So I got three completed. They're all the vinyl front ones. So, oh, sorry, that's my light. So I have this cute one with the postage stamps inside. And then for all of them, I made some nifty zipper pulls. And so here we have cute little houses and the ornaments inside, and this is the pull for this one. Whoops. There we go. That's better. And then the last one still has project in it. We'll take that out. So the last one, this is my favorite one. I love that Jolly Santa. And the inside is just the plaid, and there's my thread pull, zipper pull. So the inspiration for these zipper pulls came from a book. It's called Stitch and Sew Home. This is what the book looks like. The book is fairly old. I thought it was from 2012 maybe. So the project are these soap chains, and that's where I got the idea from. And so I have those little swivel toggles. There's also Heather from White Cottage Diaries. Oh my gosh. White Cottage Diaries. She has an Etsy shop called White House Stitchery. But no, the channel is White Cottage Diaries. And Heather did a tutorial years ago, pretty much doing the same thing. It just has a different fastener. But super easy. You just use up, you know, your scraps of ribbon and things like that and beads. So I had really wanted to just start doing some projects from some of my older books. I mean, I've had this probably since it was published, and I've made one thing from it. It's very cute. It's got a lot of mixed media crafts in it. So I've got those finished, and I've got a couple other things bookmarked that I wouldn't mind doing, like just the fabric basket. And I was sort of eyeing up these hearts because I've been doing a lot of cutting up a lot of quilt tops, and so I've got a lot of fabric scraps left over, and I thought that could be kind of cute. And I like how they have that stamp there. So we'll see. Dreams, right? January dreams. But like I said, the month is going by super quickly for me anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to get all this stuff done. After Christmas, I wanted to work on wintry projects, so my big plan was to put stitches in all of my winter whips. And in my cross stitch planner, like I have 2 pages full of all the stuff that I wanted to get done. And I was, you know, working away, but now I'm bored and I really don't want to stitch any snowflakes anymore. So I think those plans are just going to go out the window, but it's okay. I did get some things completed. So these are projects by Maya Matthias of the Snowflower Diaries, and both of these were published in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, winter issue, I think number 4. So we have Snowflowers 1 and Snowflowers 2. So these are just small, and they were super quick to work up. So here I have Snowflowers 1, and this is a mystery linen from my stash, and it is a real linen. And I used some silk from my stash, some Sanjo silk, and I've got a vintage button there in the middle. I didn't stitch 2 to make a double-sided pillow. I just backed this one in this fabric, which was lying around because I was cutting a quilt up using that fabric. But I thought it went pretty perfectly. So it's nice. I keep it up there with some of my other winter things, and I love the colors. They're nice and calm. It's, you know, a nod to the flowers that will be coming. It's, you know, someday. And then Snowflowers 2 is this little one. And I liked the way that she finished it for the magazine. I love the buttons, I love the lace, I loved pretty much everything about it, so I tried to duplicate it as best I could. And that's what I ended up with. So I used the same silks as I did in the Snowflowers 1, and some more vintage buttons and vintage lace, which is from an old abandoned house from way back. But yeah, I love that too. And it's something, and that's back for the same, it's something I can keep out all winter, really. And then to take a little bit of a break from stitching, I wanted to do some wool applique, because I meant to do more over Christmas and I didn't. So I got out, after going through all of my projects, I pulled out this one. So these are the Snow Day Bowl Fillers from All Through the Night. So I bought this as a kit. So it comes with the printed fabric. So for instance, so here's one of the projects. So it comes with printed fabric, and then it came with the wool, and then you know, cut the patterns out and you embroider over the branches and the berries and just do little bits of embroidery, and then you do the wool applique. So the one that I completed was this guy. So I had to embroider the branch and the berries, the stem, his face, sew on the buttons, and then this is wool and this is wool, and everything else is printed. And I just backed it with the fabric that came in the kit. So I have enough to do all 6. I might get one more completed this year, but I definitely won't get all 6 done. But they're super fast. So I did this in a day, like from the very first stitch on the fabric to the put in the trim on. It was fun. And I thought it would be cute, I didn't do it obviously, is if you actually had like a real little snowflake crocheted doily or crocheted snowflake, and you could put that on there too. But anyway, so I thought it was cute and just something a little bit different. And like I said, just a break from cross stitch, which, you know, is still my favorite hobby, but every once in a while I just need a palette cleanser. So I think that's it for finishes. Now, what I've been working on. Okay, let's talk about my Advent project, which is not finished. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I'm surprised I started it, to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I just really like the idea of an Advent project. I did like working on something every day. The only thing is I picked something that was a little bit more time consuming than I should have. December is a very busy month anyway, so I wanted to add extra tasks to it. I don't know. So I didn't finish it. I am still enjoying it. I'm still picking away at it, but I'm definitely not picking it up every day. But this is the Baltimore album sampler from Cross Stitch Christmas. That's the cover of that guy. So I almost have the motifs completed, and let's see, I just need the background. So I almost have the motifs completed. I'm still working on the border. Here's where we are. Thankfully it's not too Christmassy, so you know, if I'm working on this in the winter, you know, it's not so bad. I am a seasonal stitcher, and I might have grand plans of, say, doing Christmas all year or Halloween every month. I've tried that and it just doesn't work. So I hope that I can just continue to work on this till it's finished, just because now I'm convincing myself that it's not Christmassy. But anyway, that's where we are on that one. I actually haven't been cross stitching a lot in the last week or so. I'm just I feel like I'm taking a break from pretty much all my crafts. I'm doing a lot of sewing, but anyway, Christmas Sentiments by Stony Creek. That's this project. So I made some good progress on that after the holidays. So I'm stitching this on, must be 16 count Ren, Ada. And that's where we are so far. Still loving all the reds and the greens. And when I get those beads in there, that's going to be beautiful. So still enjoying this. It's a good TV project because it is on Ada. I'm just finding I'm so tired at night that I take my stuff downstairs to go, you know, watch TV. And then I usually end up falling asleep. So not a lot's getting done at night. I started a couple other winter projects. So this is called Snowflake Biscornu, and this is a free chart. I'll just put it back here. So this is a free chart on Fabi Riley's website, and I'll link that below. Yeah, I've been wanting to start this for quite a while, and this is where I'm at. Now, the snowflake right here is very ghosty. I mean, I can see it in person much better, but I kind of like that it, it's just kind of in the background there because there's so many different types of snow, right? That, I don't know, I just feel like this is a nifty kind of representation of them all. So this fabric, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I think it's kind of washing out. It is washing out, but it's this beautiful blue mottled sparkle fabric. So it's a 28 count that I had in my stash. I bought it in somebody's D-stash, so I don't know what it is, just that it's 28 count. And despite it, you know, having those threads, the sparkly threads running through it, it's been nice to stitch on. And the colors are beautiful. So I'm not going to do this as a biscornu. So she's got the 2 charts, so you can stitch them as the 2 and turn them into that. But because this is so sparkly and lovely, I was thinking that there are opportunities here to add beads and silver threads and just beautiful sparkly things. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably just frame it and keep it up here with my other winter things. And then another snowflake project I'm working on, and this one I'm not enjoying so much. So this is another free project, and it's just called Snow by Mary McDonald of Whispered by the Wind. So that's what it will look like. And this is what I've got done so far. Let's see, I think it goes this way. So this is what I've got done so far. Now this is also an opalescent fabric, just a darker shade of blue. And this one is not fun to work on. I don't know what it is, but I'm always miscounting. I'm always making my X's just over 1 thread and not 2. So it's been really frustrating. I can't wait to have this one finished. And then it's going to be zipped up into a pillow, and that's it. Yeah, I'm stitching this with Sulky, and I think that's helping me a little bit, but yeah, it's just been frustrating. And I know I've miscounted somewhere over here, but I'm just gonna leave it. Should be fine. Okay, so some of the other winter projects that I pulled out, and I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, I will finish them. I don't know if I'm going to finish them this year. Truth be told, I'm actually, like, I'm kind of over the January snowflakes, wintry things, because a lot of my projects is a lot of white stitching, and I'm not too, like, enthused about that. Now, we do still have snow outside. It's a long way till spring, but I'm feeling like I just want to start some Valentine's things. I think it's just, like, I'm just craving those colors. So, I don't know. I'm going to give myself another week probably to work on winter projects, and then I'll probably switch to Valentine's Day. But this is another one I started. It is by Laura Latauda. This was in one of the British magazines, and I don't know which one because I pulled it out. It's older though. So this is the chart, and it's tiny. I didn't realize how tiny it was. So I've just got the border done on that. But yeah, you can see how small that is. Yeah, we'll see. It'd be nice to make a little bit more progress on it. Maybe I could serge my edges. And I stitch in hand too, so they only get messier over time. But it is very sweet though. And this is the January Stitchy House of the Month from Erica Arndt. So a number of years ago, she had houses as her monthly stitch. So I didn't buy them all. I think I bought a couple. And I love the January little cottage there. So I'm stitching this. I'm going to leave off the January just because I'm not stitching the whole series. So it's still quite tiny. And I'm stitching this just on a remnant of the 16 count Wren Ada. And that's where I've got to. So again, this is another sort of TV project that if I could stay awake to watch TV, then I could stay awake to stitch. And then this last project, I don't know how I feel about this. So I think this might, I'm like 60-40, 60 in favor of not continuing. When I saw this pattern, like this totally spoke to me. It was a certain point of time, reminded me of a certain place. And I don't know, now it's really pretty. And I'll just show it to you. It's really pretty. It's Winter Sunset by mariabrovko, Cute Patterns by Maria. I mean, the colors are just gorgeous. And it just frankly reminded me of when I used to live out west, and there's just the most amazing sunsets out there. This landscape is very much the landscape of my youth and the landscape of the 4 years that we recently lived out there. So I don't know what it is. So it's full coverage, and that's not a big deal because most of the sky is half stitches, so it goes super fast. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why this isn't like speaking to me anymore. Like, should I just abandon it, or because I do have a lot of other winter projects I'd like to do, or should I just put it away? This is where I am. Not too far. I gave myself 3 days to work on this, and this is most of the 3 days. I think when I made a start on this, I got the very top row done, and that was it. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not totally loving the coverage. This is a 16 count Aida, and it's 2 strands of floss. Yeah, I don't know. I really, really don't know. I mean, sometimes I look at it and I think, oh, that's so pretty and you should just keep doing it. And other times I think, like, why are you doing it? So I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see. I thought maybe if I just did at least another section at some point. I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say. I've also been putting a couple threads into my Jeanne d'Arc sampler. This is supposed to be my 1 thread a day, and it seems to be like 1 thread a week is how far I'm getting. So I have completed the first section. I am now into here, and I'm stitching this on 32 count off-white. I think it's called off-white. Anyway, 32 count with a Sanjo silk, just 1 strand of silk, but it's got great coverage, so that's where I am so far. And love this too. And honestly, 1 strand a day is literally 20 minutes of my life, and I don't know why I can't just stay with that, because I can guarantee you that that 20 minutes I'm not doing anything else that's like super productive or important. However, I don't want my stitching to be a drag, so I guess do what I can. And yeah, that's kind of it for what I have been working on, I think. I have 2 things I need to be working on. So I did want to have a New Year, New Start, and I picked the chart out, but I had to wait because I didn't have fabric and I was missing a couple skeins of floss. So my New Year, New Start is by Madame Lefay, and it's Fleur Bleue. I ordered this, it was a couple years ago. And the reason why I'm starting this is, this wasn't my first choice. I was poking around in my Google Drive and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to open that up. Well, it's password protected and I don't know the password. I bought the chart 3 years ago, so I don't know if I was to contact the designer and say, hey, I bought this 3 years ago and I can't open it. The only thing I could find in my email was the initial download code when I first purchased it, but it was only good for, you know, like 72 hours for you to open the chart, save it, or print it off. So I'm not quite sure why it has to be password protected when I had to, like in my Google Drive, why it has to be password protected when it was password protected when I bought it. So thankfully I had printed off a copy, and when I moved I didn't get rid of it and only keep the cover sheet like I did with most of my stuff, because we thought we were going to be overweight with the moving truck. So thankfully I had a copy and I printed another one off, and I just feel I should probably just get started on it in case something happens. And yeah, so anyway, beautiful colors on this. They are all these lovely blues and creams and a little bit of green. Oh, that's gonna crinkle. Yeah, very nice. This would be nice for my bedroom. And I'm just going to stitch that on 20, I decided on a 28 count white even weave. And that way I think all the colors will show up. Like what I was most worried about was this one. So I want to get started on that, and I really want to make some more headway on Winter Garden, and this is a Bata Cuore chart. So I started this a number of years ago. Where is it? Here we go. I started this a number of years ago. This is on an 18 count Aida. This is where I am so far. So a lot of white stitching, so a lot more white stitching. So I guess my goal this year would be to finish this border here and at least do one more. I mean, it would be super great if before March 21st I could get all of the borders done, and then I can just pick up the flowers anytime, really. So there we are with this guy. I haven't worked on it since last year, but I feel like I did quite a bit last year on it. And I think that's it for my cross stitching. So like I said, I've been doing a lot of sewing. I've been kind of really just retreating into my craft room lately. Sometimes I don't even do a lot in here, but it's just, you know, it's my happy place. So I've been cutting up quilts. I've cut up about 2.5 quilt tops, and I'm just waiting for some background fabric to come in the mail. I put in an order with 123 Stitch, so it's probably going to be another week or so, and that'll put it at 5 weeks since I ordered it, so it's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I don't want to do any like big quilting because I sort of burnt myself out before Christmas. So I've just been like cutting up some quilts, and then that way when I want to start again, I can just pull the kit out and get going. I have been making a lot of project bags. So I had seen on Nicole Spore's Vlogmas, when she did her intro, she had a cute little snowman project bag. So I finally found out that she had a tutorial for that. Now I've got some cute winter fabric I bought a couple years ago and I've never used it, and I thought that would be really sweet. So this is the project bag that I made, and I'm so in love with this. Isn't he cute? So yeah, Nicole Spore, she has a tutorial for this bag, and the pattern is from Sweetwater Fabrics, I think. So I wanted to use up my, use some of this winter fabric. It's really super cute. And then scraps from Stash. And there's the back with all the little winter things. Very lovely. And I thought I could keep snowman projects in here. So yeah, I don't have any right now, but keep some snowman projects in there. And then because I just enjoy that fabric so much, and I love the snowman patchwork, I made another snowman patchwork bag. Only this one is from Lori Holt. So Vintage Christmas, that's the snowman. And then I just used the snowman fabric from that collection and did some quilting. So this was a lot of fun too. So what I did was when I laid out all the fabric, and then I just quilted a big piece of it and cut it out to what I need. So I had a strip of quilted fabric left over that had just batting on the back, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. But then I decided I'd make a little thread catcher. So all I did was I took the quilted strip and just squared it up. It already, you know, has the batting on the inside. So I put some bias tape on and some snaps. And then now I have a little thread bed, but this is also great for my wool applique pieces. They can just stay on here. So I actually use this bag for my snow day bowl fillers. I have those in there. And I still had more of that fabric. So this one is just the winter florals. I thought that was very pretty. So I did that guy. And then this is not from the same fabric line, but I purchased this fabric at probably my last guild meeting. We always have a shop of the month, and I always get in so much trouble with the shop of the month and the free table, but this was so pretty. It's so lovely. And then it's backed in that. So for more winter projects that I said I'm probably going to stop doing. And then I wanted to make, it's called the cross stitch clutch, and this is a pattern from Starlight Stitchery. So I purchased this pattern a couple years ago. So this is the clutch, and it has a zipper, and so it's got two pockets in here. They've got the one behind the vinyl, and then there's another one back here, so you could put your scissors back there if you wanted. And then it opens up, and this is felt inside, so you can use that as a thread bed, and there's a place for your needle. So actually this would also be good for my wool applique, because when you have, you know, all these little pieces, I could just lay them, put them in here, and then this would keep them safe so they're not flipping all around the project bag. And that's it. I have done no crochet since before Christmas, and like I said, I'm kind of like burnt out on the quilting. I'm just like having a good time just coming in and doing a few things here and there. You know, it's been stressful lately. I mean, like watching the news, and you know, personally it's been stressful around here, and just being able to come in here and pick up a few things is just it's just been a saving grace. And I know you all think that about your crafts too. So I mean, what a wonderful thing for our mental health, and I can just only encourage people to keep doing it. Anyway, I think that's it for today. So thank you for dropping by today. I'll probably do another update in, I don't know, 3 to 4 weeks, I think. I'll be going away at the end of the month, or actually the beginning of the month, so I'll probably do an update when I come back from that. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be full of everything red and pink and hearts and flowers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. So thank you so much for dropping by today. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know, do you like January? Do you not like January? And what do you do to get through your January? So thank you again, and we'll talk again. Happy days, friends.